this too. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. We have an actual intro now. We're like professionals or something.
Yeah. That was badass. Thank you.
Thanks, Ember.
Amazing trailer.
Well,
and we got the job and we got the jugs.
Yes. And viewing discretion is advised.
Ladies, what a goddamn amazing panel. Look at us.
I mean, hello.
You're all so beautiful.
You are.
I love you all.
And we just so beautiful. Look at you all. Gonna frame
We
this.
all dressed kind of lacy and racy today, I've noticed.
It's fabulous.
Yes.
I honestly, I feel prettier being around y'all.
Oh,
You're gorgeous. Stop it.
because you fit in
Ember,
so nicely. That's why.
Wait a minute. Ember, say I am gorgeous.
I am gorgeous.
You are gorgeous.
You are gorgeous, babe.
Excited now.
Yes, baby. Yes.
Agree.
And we have a gorgeous live chat in 6 channels today. We're
Ooh, nice.
6
Yeah.
channels.
Should we say where we all
Yeah, I was
are?
going to say, let's go around the room, starting
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Ember, who
everybody-
did the bulk of the work.
Yeah, because we are on a whole bunch of channels. A bunch of people watching may not know who all of us are. So let's do introductions again. I know it takes a minute, but the people appreciate it. And, you know, we serve the people. That's what we're here for. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Let's start with you, Ember.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate
Yeah,
going
we'll go in order.
I mean, I don't mind going first. It just, I am Ember from Better Than Ember here on YouTube. I do a whole bunch of stuff, including the transpositions. Weekly show on yet another channel. Find all my links at betterthanember.com. See, I'm quick.
Dang.
On it.
Yay.
AJ?
I'm AJ from Waste to Human, and I do content about mostly brain science. Brains are awesome. I wish
My favorite
everybody had
t-shirt.
one. Right.
I had
I
one.
brought my brains today. Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt for a sec because I have a shirt somewhere that it's long story, but it says brains are an erogenous zone. And I'm like,
Ooh.
I want to find it
It's
so I can show
true.
you. But
So true.
It is so true, right? It starts right here.
It does.
Mhm. All right,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I interrupted. I'm just excited.
Go
about
ahead,
today.
AJ.
Oh no, you're good.
Finish up.
Yeah, that's what I do basically. I do mostly videos about lots of brain science stuff. Sometimes I go into other types of medical or biological science and try to debunk religion, but mostly try to educate people on how their brain works, because I feel like that is the basis of how you can break down some of those supernatural beliefs when you understand how, actually nature works.
Yep.
And you
100%.
That was a brilliant start.
Yeah, I'm Bree or BumbleBre from Hive Sci. I am a former paranormal investigator and cryptozoologist, and I use those skills to debunk some of the more nonsensical claims on the internet. If you're interested in that, I also have a love of ecology, so we do focus a lot on animals and things like that on my channel. But yeah, every Saturday morning I'm live from the Hive at 9:30 Central Time, and every Thursday night I do the transpositions with Ember, Stephanie, and Carly. It's a weekly news show, so on regarding trans issues. So if you're interested in that, come check us out as well. But yeah, pass the talking stick.
Yay. An expert cryptologist. Yes.
The world's leading
Leading,
cryptozoologist.
yes.
World's leading cryptozoologist. That is true. Mhm.
Yes.
All right.
All
So
right.
who are the apostate twins?
So I'll, I guess, introduce us this time. So I'm Nancy. I am the little sister of the Apostate Sisters, and my big sister Patty. I run a channel called the Apostate Sisters because Patty and I grew up in a legit doomsday cult, one that many people haven't heard of. It's very similar to like Mormonism. JWs, a lot of control and coercion and manipulation, and we had a cult leader that had all the usual tactics. You know, marketing guru, took a lot of money from people, absolute PDF file as well. It's known as the Worldwide Church of God under Herbert W. Armstrong, which has split apart now, but there are quite a few splinter churches. And so this concept is still out there. Pat and I do discuss kind of the deconstruction process, how to recognize when you're being manipulated and how to heal from that so you don't have the lasting aftermath is what we do. Purity culture and bodily autonomy are something we discuss a lot as well. So yeah, come join us.
Yay.
Patty, did you want to say anything or?
Sure, yeah, I will. I'm Patty. I'm the big sister of the Apostate Sisters. And hi, and we have lots of things we do on our channel. We aim for Tuesdays and Thursdays for releasing stuff, and we do sister conversations. We do literature reviews from our cult literature, both video and the written stuff. What else do we do? Interviews with people
Movies
from our cult. Oh yeah, we have anatomical props. Yeah, we have a ton of fun. We're still figuring out what we want to do in the world, so that's where we're at.
Preach. Rion?
Steps.
I am Rion Cultastic, and I'm so thankful to be in the middle of this beautiful ladies sandwich. Brilliant minds. Surrounded by brilliant minds. Yes, I am blessed. Too blessed to be stressed. So I make content about growing up inside of a closed group and what it was like to be programmed, be restricted, ostracized from the world, and what it's like now on the outside looking back. And I grew a love for the Bible, even though I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in a God. I don't believe the Bible holds any truth, but I think they're fun stories, and I totally enjoy debunking the apologist. So I make content about all of that, and sometimes politics too. So I just share my opinion because I wasn't allowed to before, and I found my voice, and I'm happy I have other voices to echo me. So love it.
Yay.
All right. And hi, everybody. My name is Maya Adkisson. You can find me at Maya Adkisson. I am a, what do you call it? I have a master's in science and by behavioral psychology. I do a show every Sunday with my co-host who has a PhD in physics. And there's a lot of science misinformation and the internet that bothers me greatly. So every Sunday from 9:30 to 11:30-ish, it goes a little long some days, Eastern, we talk about debunking science misinformation on the internet. And we take a little bit of a comedic approach to that. So come through.
Yay.
Oh, and I just remembered something Rion forgot. Rion also put some of her crafting skills to the test on her YouTube channel. So that top she's wearing is something she made.
Oh,
yeah.
That is awesome. I love it.
She made me a top for my birthday that's supposed to be coming soon too. And I
do. Yep. I just sent your address. Hello.
You almost could have made like a pentagram out of that.
I have done on other shirts before, and I thank you for reminding me. And now I probably will.
Merch.
Yay.
Love that symbolism.
Wait, do you have merch?
Absolutely.
Well, then I would have to make it.
Oh,
I love
women
what
don't want
you
to fake
said.
anything. Nope.
Right. Rion, I love what you said about finding your voice because I feel the same way with my hearing being so bad my whole life. I was like, I don't know if it was like my voice was lower because I couldn't hear myself or something, but every time I would speak, it was like I was completely ignored, even within family often. And it was so hard for me. Like, so I would just kind of stay quiet. I spent like a lot of years. I would go to a family gathering or a group party or whatever, and I will just like sit in the corner quietly and not talk. So for
That
me, like
resonates.
talking like this among people feels like really awesome.
I don't think you were the only one here with that experience.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
for sure.
I'm sure.
I think so.
it
Yeah.
resonates a lot. Absolutely.
It's a
I think a
culture
lot of
fit.
people feel that way. So
Yes,
thanks
it
for
is.
bringing it up.
A lot of women, especially.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's a combination. It was probably a combination of being a woman and being deaf, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad there's a space for you here because you're on the
Yes.
council now, the council of cancel, because we cancel everybody.
The Council of Cancel.
Apparently.
New atheist
Yeah.
cult.
I was
Run by
told that
women?
I run an atheist cult, which is
Yeah,
really
we heard
interesting.
that.
You do. I mean, your members
Well,
are
goddess,
actually
you got me.
cultists.
Sign
Can
me up.
I just say how triggering that was for me when I actually heard the term atheist and cult right next to each other? Because I'm like, where in the actual fuck can I actually go where I have a community and somebody is not going to be telling me, oh, you're just following some leader somewhere? I'm like, no, atheist is literally the exact opposite of a cult. I actually lived through a cult and became an atheist, meaning all of that crap went away from me and I finally found my freedom. So to see those words together, it just blew me away.
I think the main thing is that the cult is woke. We're woke, but
It's the
we
wokeness.
just happen to be atheist or atheist leaning folks. But the main point is that we're woke and we're trying to cancel people by not telling them they can't have racist on their channels. Apparently, and not even telling them that, just saying, "Hey, I'm not going to watch your channel if you have racist on." And they're like, "Oh, you're trying to cancel me."
Yeah,
You're trying to cancel me.
forming assholes. It's
No, we
Yeah.
can make
not a big
choices.
ask.
I mean,
Yeah.
like this person behind the scenes was a known transphobe. Like people were trying to get them to turn around, and they're like, "No, you're trying to tone police." Like,
We
wow.
want people to feel like this is a safe space too. And if we have people on our platform, if we platform people that we know are like transphobic or racist or bigots, then those people are not going to feel like this is a safe space that they can come to. So yeah, we got to stick to our guns on that. So
Yes.
I'm proud of you, Maya. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Me too. I like I say to everybody, I have one of the best chats. I probably have my favorite chat on the internet, and my biggest regret with my channel is that I can't be more engaged with it because it takes a lot. Like trying to be present for a screen. And I would like to be more engaged with the chat because it is so fun over there. And I have my roots as being Mod Maya, so like my home is with the chat. And when I thought about building my channel, my main focus was what is the community going to enjoy. So yeah, not but I'm happy they come. I can always one of my favorite things to do, and I hear that not all creators do this, but I go back every week and just watch what were they saying in the chat.
I love that, Maya. I love that you're so connected like that.
Yeah.
It lets me get away. I understand that I get away with a few liberties. Some people aren't as comfortable being as brash as I am, but I think that I get away with it because I've been in the community since 2018. People know who I am and they know where I'm coming from. So whereas other people might get the side eye, it's like, oh no, it's Maya. She fights the bigots. Like that. That's what I do. Or even when I'm coming after people, they understand. And actually me and Bree and Ember have been in the DMs a few times where I'm just like, that's not right. But it's not a woke cult. It is kind of more of a meeting of the minds where I've expressed concerns to them. And when I've had concerns, I go to them. Bree and Ember, honestly, are the first two people that I go to when I'm like, was that wrong? Like, I need you to stop what you're doing, stop your day, everything you have planned. I need you to watch this and tell me
counsel.
Yeah.
No,
but that
I
speaks volumes, Maya.
so
Yeah.
much.
It does.
The fact that you even go to other people and ask, hey, am I doing the right thing? I just want to
Something.
be sure. That speaks volumes right there.
Well,
now
we
that
do
I
it
know
for
that
each
I can
other
have it
too,
possible.
Yeah.
don't we, Maya? Yeah, I come to Maya and say, "Hey, I've canceled whole concepts for shows based on feedback
I do appreciate
from
that.
my friends." Yeah,
Wow. I love you guys.
Yeah. Well,
But that's how we make this all better. We like are open to being like, yeah, how can I possibly know everything? I'm gonna fuck up. So I gotta figure
Right.
out how I'm fucking up and do better because I care about the people I'm talking with and hanging out with.
And I
The
love
diversity of voices.
You know?
Yeah, and I love the
Yeah.
skeptic community and also the women in the skeptic community because I feel like we're the no, again, men, I love you. I love you lots.
We do.
You know, please come by the show. Please give me money. And give all their money too. But that
On
aside,
that
I
note,
mean, but that aside, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like when we're talking about when we're pushing people to be critical thinkers, we're the ones that are also responsible for modeling the behavior. So you have to do that.
Yeah.
Right. So I whenever I see somebody doing something that they shouldn't be doing, my first instinct is to give them a chance to correct that.
Yes.
And so, warning before we go forward with the conversation that there are certain people that we have given chances to and they have just doubled down, right? Like that, the response of the person whenever you bring up whatever their mistake or error was is really, really important. And I will say that as someone who used to hold really bad ideas. So, I will hope that people will give me a chance to correct those bad ideas, to say, oh, okay, you know what, you gave me some information that I didn't have before, and so now I can go forward knowing that, and what I do with that information is what matters. So
100%.
Transparency. Yeah,
Well, and
absolutely.
being open to that new information when I think we're so often conditioned to be like, oh, if I get it wrong, then I'm bad. You know,
Right,
and it's
yeah.
like there's some letting go of that I'm bad thing and realizing like, dude, we're all here just trying to figure this out.
Well,
Right.
socialize too, though. You know, especially if you have an Abrahamic upbringing where your model of goodness is this perfect God. There's no, you know, when perfection is the goal, there's no room for being having flaws, really, and being seen as a credible human being. We
either
need to
you're
dispel that too.
godly or you're evil, you know.
Yeah.
So
you
black.
got to be what the
Yeah.
harlot and the Madonna. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Explain yourself, Bree. Yeah, you pull it off.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
mean, those are things that in the community, in the skeptic community, especially, I came into the skeptic community and found a bunch of atheists, and no love lost. I think like if we are going to say that, if we're still going to say that we're part of a skeptic community, if we're still going to, and especially for atheists who are trying to get people out of bad beliefs, I think it's important to acknowledge where our shortcomings are, because it's like a daily SWOT analysis that you're doing with yourself. And you're maximizing your strengths. Like, what do I have to contribute to the group? But it's also, taking the opportunity to minimize weaknesses and threats.
Yeah.
But you can't do that if you don't know what they are.
Very true. I just want to take a real quick shout out to everyone in the chat. Hello, viewers. We appreciate you. We'll give you a little booby
All
squeeze
over the
now. And I think if everyone wants to start,
I only have my real one, so.
I know, booby squeeze.
those can come out too. Oh,
What?
Oh, Ember's
Okay.
got a tiny little
Ember.
booby.
Okay,
Self-soothing,
ladies,
though.
you've never seen that.
ladies, you've got to get merch now. Like, if we're gonna do this, like, we're gonna have to all have like we have to all be tits out. It can't just kindergarten rules.
Tips out
So-
for tits.
We
My-
did
This
just
is the
have our
closest I have. It's a starfish, but it's squishy.
All right, folks,
Counts.
we have to
Our-
stop
our,
renaming the show.
I can do two.
I
We
know,
can
right?
brush this together.
Poor
maybe.
Ember.
Like
our
Lola.
merch shop. We did just have a merch shop go live. However,
Yeah.
YouTube
Hey.
really didn't like the shirt that had 2 of our booby emojis on, about right there. So it's not showing it, but if you go to the actual shop, it's there.
Okay.
Still working on the
Nice.
actual boobies though.
And I was just gonna
What you
say
need to do
go ahead, Bree.
is plausible deniability and make it
Yeah.
something that kind of looks like boobies.
It
I
is.
tried. It's literally an orange ball with a jelly bean on top, and it's
Oh,
still
Really? That is so
Gotcha.
crazy.
Yeah.
I have boobs, vaginas, and dicks.
And no problem, huh?
My
They're all
vagina's
human parts.
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, my vagina is an actual vagina. I think, it's a stone vagina because Mud Fossil University. But I think the thing is, it kind of looks like an upside down heart. So maybe they just don't notice. I don't know.
Maya is highly satisfied. And I did just
yeah.
want to add for $10 and more super chats, the plush pussy will come out. So just throwing that out there for anyway.
Did you say
Like all
plush?
around or just to your channel?
I don't know, actually. I don't know how all of this streaming works. We're on a lot of different channels right now. So I don't know.
So all the channels, individual chats work like normal. We can just see all of them in the master control panel here in the broadcast
Okay.
center, and they'll show up on the little bitty box in the corner down over way over there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I do
they'll
have
still
YouTube up
go
because I'm
through
mighty.
on individual channels.
I think I'm mighty me and Embers. But hey, Titan's awake, so I don't have to worry about that now.
Hi, Anus.
Hey. Yeah, I'm trying to keep
Our
track of things, but there's a lot going on, which is great to see. Between all the channels, we're currently
many
at
people.
50 viewers, which
How
is
many?
pretty good
Nice.
for a second episode.
50?
Yeah. And for
Well,
a
you know
morning
what?
episode,
For
right?
a morning episode. Well, I mean, but Ryan, you and Chris normally do 50 to 60, right?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
minutes?
Like
Average
live.
viewers.
I'm sorry, people.
Yes.
Yeah, it depends.
On average.
Yeah, it depends.
Right.
But that's about average, I would say.
So yeah, your viewers are finding you.
Yay.
I wonder if he's
Slowly.
expecting. Is he watching us, by the way? Where is Chris Mallard right now?
I don't know. He said he was taking some time off, so I don't know if he unplugged.
I don't know.
Oh, you should make him
Completely.
do a channel announcement, where these ladies are going to be doing morning shows. So go check them
Yeah.
out while I'm out.
Yeah.
Just to,
Actually, he played the Holy Spirits commercial. So if
okay.
maybe we could maybe what I could do is after today and from yesterday, get some of the footage and create a little
Like a
commercial of sorts.
advertisement. Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen that new show called Holy Spirits, it is hilarious. I just watched John the
Yeah.
Skeptic's segment and I was
Oh,
roaring in
it's-
laughter last
Yeah.
night.
There's going to be bonus content with
I'm
that too, and
watching it.
I've seen it because
It's-
I got to watch the uncut version. There's the Sydney story about her lesbian date, her accidental lesbian
Oh,
date.
that's right. That's right. It ended
Yes,
because it just
fair.
ended. Did I ever tell you I accidentally went on a lesbian date or something like that? We were like, wait, excuse me?
Oh
Yeah,
my
and then-
God.
and then
I know. I still need to watch the
Yeah,
one.
why? I mean, I know why. Obviously, we
rude.
want to tune in for more. But yeah, this Saturday's show on Holy Spirits, the new episode coming out. It is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Dr.
Saturday.
Ben's here. Yeah.
It's Brentley from Punk Apostate and
Yes.
more John from The Skeptic, because that man cannot get enough.
Right. He's hilarious.
Hilarious. And I
I
think
heard Ember recorded for Holy Spirits too. Is that
And-
true?
Did.
and my wifey did it too. Helen. Yep. You
Mhm.
recorded. And I think Dr. Ben has me for a Hindu story at some point pretty soon. I am so stoked for that. I'm gonna
Yay.
do Bindi and the whole works. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I'm going to tell the origins of spiritualism. It's fun.
Oh,
Ooh.
The Fox sisters or a different direction?
John D. and Edward Kelly, where we're going to start. Yeah.
Oh, there's
Yes,
the
sir.
$10.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Ooh,
you,
super
Jedi.
chat.
Get that plushie out. There you
Let's
go.
go. $10. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jedi.
Oh, let me bigify Nancy since she's got the
There
Aw.
we go.
Look at those
Aw.
kawaii eyes.
Blushy.
What kind of voice does it have? I want to know. Can you tell me? Do it for me, Nancy. What's the voice?
Um, Probably an orgasm. If you're touching it just right. But shout out Kitty the Atheist, who actually made this plush pussy at the Stitch and Bitch at Free Flow, which was earlier this year.
March.
In Orlando, Florida. I think that's actually a biannual conference, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, shout out Kitty the Atheist. She gave it to me because I said I liked it, and it's forever been a prop of mine. So yay, goes with the.
I never
goes with the
thought I would
doobie.
say adorable pussy in the same sentence, but
Oh,
I can actually say
yay.
that's adorable.
That's Kitty. That's who you were hanging out with last night, Maya.
Muted.
Oh, you're muted, babe.
Oh,
Sorry, I've been typing in the chat. Yeah, I was on a ProLib's channel last night.
Queefs.
He was trying to get me back for my what did I do? Matt Walsh last week. So he did Ben Shapiro last night. Kitty the
good.
Atheist was there, and I told her that we all gush over her pussy.
Oh, nice.
You know, sometimes with Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro, it's kind of a will they, won't they situation. It's kind of cute. Like eventually the camera's going to come backstage and catch him just in a moment, and it's going to be so sweet. And well, everything's going to make sense from then on out, I promise.
Well, if Michael Knowles stopped cock blocking Ben because he wants Matt all for himself, it's tragic. They could all stop being so damn hateful if they just got laid.
Getting laid would solve a lot of world problems. I
Oh
think.
my goodness, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Consensually.
Consensual getting. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yes, but that touches on some of our topics for today. We've got a
Yay.
couple of videos. So
Topics.
Hold on, I had a question in
let's
the
see.
chat, and I want to answer it real quick. I'm not. There's a method to my madness not streaming this. First of all, I want to give all these lovely ladies a chance to get some views on their channel. And second of all, I can restream this at a different time slot and attract a totally different audience to it.
Yeah,
Right? The
100%.
people are up. There's not a lot of. I'm
like
in the
that.
mountain time, and we started at 7 a.m. on a Friday, so
Yeah,
there's not a
and
lot of
also-
people up in this time zone. But if I restream this and this evening or something, then yeah, people will be will have a whole different audience for it.
No, yeah, I appreciate that because
Love
it
that.
is totally different audience, and I'm preaching to the
No,
choir with Bree
absolutely.
because she does a phenomenal morning show, and she thought about moving it later in the day, and I'm like, but everybody streams on Saturday, and
Yeah.
I honestly, when Bree starts, like that's what I'm like, okay, I need to get out of bed, and a lot of times I know I'm a mod and I'm not always in the chat, but I am listening. I'm taking a shower, I'm getting dressed, and doing the dishes. I'm listening. I'm always listening, and I'm like, I missed you last week, but you had a lot of fun, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I did have fun. I got to meet AJ.
Lucky.
Yay! Hugs. That was so
Yeah.
fun. I would enjoy that. We had good
We did a
conversations.
scavenger
and-
hunt together.
No way.
Oh yeah, at the arcade, we had to
Mhm.
find different toys, and then we had to
There's like
find
a toy
Waldo.
museum too. Yeah,
Yeah, we
I had
never found
already
seen a
Waldo.
toy.
I didn't find him.
I found Waldo
Yeah, what
with
kind of
Arden,
toys?
but I completed the scavenger hunt before you got there. But I was happy to help you with yours.
That whole
Yeah.
weekend just looked incredible. And AJ, you had started off the weekend by going to the Capitol. Actually, there was some protest happening, right?
Yeah, they were
Sort of
protesting
impromptu.
the redistricting, and Beto was there, and so my husband wanted to see him because we've seen him again once before, but loves Beto because he's not even running for anything. He's just there because he wants to help. So
Yeah.
Well, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so we went there. It was super hot, but we stayed for a little bit. And we didn't catch the march part, but we caught they had a drag queen singing, so we caught that part. That was fun. Yeah. And then
really
we
cool.
then we grabbed some food, and then we went to the hotel, and then to the boat, and then to the arcade.
So AJ, I do want to congratulate you again on becoming an American citizen.
Yeah,
I know that was really exciting for you.
Yay!
super excited
Why
about
would
that.
you-
Later,
why
and
would
we
you do
got her
that?
now.
And I'm registered to vote. I'm
Are you
registered
sure
to
you want to
vote.
be a citizen?
The one about
Well,
one
I
of the
want
people we
Your
I
passport on
wanted
you.
to be able to vote, so
you're one of the
now
people they imported across the border to sway the votes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That,
Oh my
that,
goodness.
that backpack of
Caribbean.
fentanyl.
Did you bring enough fentanyl for all of us, AJ?
I know.
One
Right?
bag, Steph, when you need them.
Ay,
Where's
ay, ay.
Christy Gnome?
Oh no. Nope. She's not welcome on our show.
Yeah.
Guys.
Seconded.
We're gonna welcome Planet Peterson and not welcome Christy Gnome. Seems kind of like bias.
I don't know if welcoming is quite the
Oh,
term
boy.
we're using.
We're gonna
Here we
eat you
go.
alive, Peterson. Nom, 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 nom.
Like corn on the cob.
we'll
You will
see.
never be.
Maybe.
You'll never be so canceled. Oh my gosh! Should we play the corn on the cob video?
Hey, if you have
Bar
it.
nails into that one. Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
Ooh,
made
do you
so
ha-
many.
do you have it? Can Bree show her Alex Jones video before we get
Oh
started?
yes.
Oh, yeah,
Probably.
Put us in a good mood.
Hell yeah.
dear.
Yeah. Bree has had amazing commercials before Chris even came back on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bree-
I was inspired by Chris because he started doing it like back
Really? I thought
when
she
he was
an
on
OG.
the first time.
Your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up? I'm gonna haul him up back chain. Chop his ass up, size it up. I'm gonna haul him up back chain. Chop, 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 chop. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass flat. I'll cook your ass up so fast. I'll tell them, well, I killed a cow out back, baby. You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will.
Christ eats
I
ass.
would hang them up, gut them, and skin them, and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready.
What the
I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob.
Y'all know the words, we can all sing along
I
now.
will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. And that's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first. I swear to God, if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna get my hands around your throat.
What?
Sometimes,
Holy-
we all disappeared. Sometimes you just need your leftist ass eaten.
It's true. It's true.
That was a
Right
lot.
now, man,
While
it's
you're at it,
hungry.
please.
Oh,
I mean,
Consent,
you know,
it's
we
all
love
good.
it
I'm like,
with guys who are thirsty, but that man is hungry.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That was really weird and also chair dance worthy.
Definitely.
was.
I was dancing. I
Absolutely.
was
It's
practicing.
fucking
Yep.
I have other Alex Jones song on there, and I also have that I run, and I have a couple of Ben Shapiro things that I run.
that's
Why is he so
amazing. Bree.
detailed?
My favorite is always the classic though, with the HM Bomberman comes smashing through the wall about Ben Shapiro, who they
I
can sell their
also watched
property to Aquaman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this-
Anyway, we have
Yeah.
topics or whatever. We're half an hour into the show. We haven't even got to the topics.
Yes, topics, topics,
Right, we
topics,
do.
topics.
We all just
do.
ruined
Okay.
our makeup because of that. Bree.
I know.
I know that was hilarious. I'm crying over here.
Jugs
Right.
will make up for it. Don't worry
And
about
that's why everyone should go to watch Live from the Hive on Saturday
Yes.
mornings, because you get that
Live from the
and a
Hive.
whole bunch of other stuff like it between the
Yay.
segments. It's so
it. Honestly, like as a
Anyway.
JW, we never got to wake up and watch Saturday cartoons because we had to go door to door and speak about Jehovah. So I almost like love my Saturday mornings now because I get to watch like something I love on a Saturday morning, like no interruptions, nobody telling me what to do. And I just feel like I'm living my childhood dream, but just as an adult.
That is what I'm going for with my channel, to be like Saturday morning cartoons for adults, because I am a cartoon
Yes.
character. Believe me, I'm
Oh yeah.
a character, and I
You're
will.
Jessica the
Zero
Rabbit.
game.
I was just thinking that.
Or Jessica Rabbit. My bad, not Jessica
It's
the
just
Rabbit.
how I'm drawn.
I'm not blind, I'm just drawn this way.
Okay, so
I'm-
topics.
Yes.
Profits?
Ah,
Yeah,
all
All I
right.
think
one.
about is corn on the cob.
I think we're already getting fiery.
Oh, that never
eat
happened.
your leftist ass like corn on the cob.
A
I'm
barbecue.
gonna put that as my dating profile.
Ooh, it's a. It might work.
Got little corn emojis going past.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So first up,
I do.
Maya sent us a clip.
Okay.
A clip from a movie. It's super short, so let's just play it and see what happens.
All right.
That this opening scene between Tess and Keith was inspired by a book called The Gift of Fear, and how it's basically about encouraging women to not ignore their internal intuitive alarm systems. He said it made him realize that women have to be on guard and categorize the behavior of men out in the wild, and how men don't have to do that. And he revealed how that made him realize how he exists on an alien psychic landscape to most women. And this inspired him to write a scene where a man and a woman would interact, and she would encounter very subtle and almost invisible red flags. And as a man myself, I'd have to agree that many of these subtle red flags are things we're conditioned not to notice or simply dismiss as harmless. But for women, they can be signals of real danger. It's a powerful reminder that what feels like an everyday interaction for one person can carry layers of fear and calculation for another. As that this open
And it'll just keep replaying if I let it. So we'll
No,
take
I
that
mean,
off now.
it just really is that simple.
Yeah.
The things
Or
that
maybe I think that because I'm a woman and I've been thinking that my entire life. But
Well,
Or maybe
there's-
we can discuss what some of those red flags are too. Sometimes, like they
sure.
said, it is very subtle. And then when we have friends, people that we trust, we tend to overlook those things and just kind of laugh them off. And then we get ourselves in dangerous situations.
Yeah.
well,
so many
also we
times
have an issue with being gaslit by men who don't understand what it is that we're going
Bingo.
through. Every
Right.
time I talk to a man, they always tell me I have never feared walking through a parking lot alone. Like it just never even crosses their mind. And for me, I am very aware. I don't know about you ladies, but like for me, pepper spray is illegal in my state, and I have it.
Oh yeah, I have one
Yep.
too. Yeah, I do.
You know,
Yeah, I got one in my purse actually right now.
Yeah, I am very
my
much
goodness.
aware of like the car I buy. It stays locked until like I grab the handle, and then it'll open because it senses that the key's on me, but I can't unlock it. And then I don't know. It's a really weird real fear, especially if you've been, you know, I don't know. I remember in my 20s, like sometimes you drink and, you know, crazy ex would, let's say a crazy ex, but any ex really could do this, where it's just like, I just want you to talk to me. And then they'll stand between you and the car door. And it's just this really hopeless feeling that if a woman were doing the same thing to a man would not feel. I said to my ex-husband, I'm like, I am very much aware that anytime I leave the house, it's because you let me. And he was like, I mean, he dismissed that. It was just like, well, you're making me feel like some kind of a, bad guy with terms I shouldn't be using on YouTube. But I know that you guys know exactly what I mean by that, even though I trusted him completely, enough to marry him at least. And, but this is still something that goes on in the back of our head. It's just like any day he can decide that I'm not leaving. And I know that I'm going to have to know where alternate exits are. And these are just things that men never have to go through. And when we're looking at stats of women who've actually been abused and actually put in this situation and why they feel more comfortable with the bear, I think that these are all things that men, I understand, don't have the lived experience to factor in when they're looking at us like we're crazy. But these are all things that we do factor in.
Right, like they would pick the man. They would pick the man.
Right, because
we would
I can
not.
fight a man. I'll just bink him over the head with my dick. I've got the bigger one.
It's so jarring because I don't, maybe not everybody in the audience knows this, but I lived most of my life presenting as a man, and to go from that, I cannot. Depending on what I'm wearing, I cannot walk down the street here in the city like even walking to the grocery store or the bodega or whatever, I cannot walk down there without some guy pulling up on me and rolling down his window to holler at me to come over and talk to him.
Yeah.
Every single time. I'd never
Don't
experienced
doubt it.
anything like that. And it's just like literally every day, if I'm out walking and I'm dressed too cute, apparently. If I dress pretty frumpy, they kind of leave me alone. But
Yeah, you
I'm always
definitely see the difference, Bree, presenting as a man initially, and then as a woman, you see so
You
many of
lived
the
it.
differences. So you would definitely, we'd all benefit from hearing more of your stories about that.
Such a
How
valuable
things
perspective.
changed.
yeah, I have like, because I'll pull my phone out for my own protection, especially if it's dark. When they pull up on me like that, I'll pull my phone out and start recording. So I have lots of recordings of them pulling up next to me, and then when the phone comes out, they you can see them scoot.
Yeah, and see, I just wouldn't go
Always
out
get
alone
my
at
phone
night.
when I'm out walking.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And my roommates are both are trans men, and they so they were AFAB, so they're like, no, don't walk at night. And it's
Thank
like,
you.
what? I've always enjoyed walking at night. If people leave me, or I get it to myself, and then
I know.
I don't know
a few
any-
weeks ago, Nancy and I were talking with Godless Granny, and she told a story of when she was, teenager, high school, working at a restaurant, and for whatever reason, she sat down in the booth next to one of the regulars, and he put his arm around her, and it was in that moment that she was like, "Oh shit! Like I can't move right now. Like if I wanted to get up and move, I can't because he's that strong, and literally no one around me would know that I was trapped here."
Yeah.
Right.
And so for her, that was a big light bulb moment. And I mean, my own diner experience as a waitress was the 45-year-old men that thought it was perfectly fine to yank on the ribbons of my apron. And I'm 16.
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
boys snapping bras and
Ooh.
freaking junior high. Teach your
Yeah.
kids better than that. That's sexual
just-
harassment.
Exactly,
Yeah,
Bree.
my-
It starts from childhood when we hear these disgusting phrases like, "Oh, boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. They can't help themselves." Like,
Tell
no,
girls that that's
you
because he
need to
likes you. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yes. Being hit is a good thing because that means the boy likes you. Fuck all the way off with that.
They have
It's
free
not-
agency. They have free agency to do feel exactly how they want to. But when it comes to us, we must remain controlled and cover ourselves. Like we have to be the one to guard their inability to restrict themselves from touching people. Like we have to be mindful and walk a tightrope so they don't assault us.
Right.
And it's so
And they
harmful
feel
for the men as
entitled.
well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because then the
Entitled
men
to our bodies.
grow up thinking that sorry, where was I going with that? Well, then the men grow up thinking that, oh, they just don't have any control over their bodies. You
Yeah,
know, like
they're
looking at a
socialized
woman
to
who's
believe
naked,
that.
you really control yourself. That sounds like a you problem, not us and what we wear problem.
Yeah,
And it's a domino effect because toppling that would also topple things like trans panic defense, where man finding out that a woman he's been seeing or dating is trans, and he has the rights to kill her and get out of it legally because trans panic, because men just can't control how they react.
They don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but let a woman do that, and it's just like, well, what if we feel the same way? And it's like, what?
Well, what was she wearing? What was
Yeah.
she wearing is the important question when a woman.
Oh,
Well, I
always.
mean, not even about being sexually assaulted, but like if a man, like let's say we found out that a man was doing, whatever the exact same thing that the man was doing when, he went into this like trans panic. Like what? We're not allowed to just have male panic.
Right. We should be able to. Yeah, men are scarier than trans women.
And the thing is, the men, when the men get trans panic, like they are putting themselves. It's not like the trans woman was luring him there. He probably saw a hot chick, and was trying to act, boy being a boy, and then was like, oh my God, you're not what I thought you were, and now I'm upset that I'm in this situation I put myself in. But tables turn,
Yeah.
it's always the woman's fault that the man is in that situation.
Because we make them feel
Yeah.
however they feel. It's our fault because we made them feel that way.
Right. And it's just
But-
this insidious our culture that we really need to work to get past. And
Mhm.
guys, I'm sorry, it is there's latent aspects of it even in the skeptic / atheist community.
Less
you
Oh,
got
yeah.
a
just latent,
you
I
got
think.
a 4-month membership from Vandalia, Maya.
Oh, that's me. Thank you, Vandalia. And Vandalia, 1998, has been a member, an anti-magnetologist for 4 months. And Vandalia says, "Good morning, everyone."
Yay.
Yeah.
Nitty, 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 nitty.
You can't see it
And-
here, but it's a pride flag and the nitties, which
Oh,
are
yep.
which are the titties.
The heart-shaped
Nitty,
nitty
titty,
flavored
titty,
emoji.
Nitties,
because
kitties.
we love that.
Woot, woot. We
Yay.
appreciate you, Vandalia.
We do. We
All right.
do. Me and Bri have been on Vandalia's channel many times. So
Oh, nice.
top of the morning to
Yeah.
you.
Talking science.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Great
That is
guy.
why it's one of the reasons it's so great to have this show on multiple channels at the same time, because we get to engage with all these lovely audiences wherever you happen to be viewing.
True.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you guys.
Yeah. Good for
Yay.
life
Yay.
hits are my favorite
And there's-
freaking thing. That's why
Granny's
we
here.
do live instead
There's
of just
Gobble's
pre-recording
Granny
everything.
too.
I think her
Hello,
ears were
Colin.
ringing. We were just talking
We're
about
just
you,
talking about you,
Granny.
yeah.
I know.
And also,
You're coming.
Crystal, I appreciate you. If you could throw Granny's things in the chats that you're
chat.
in and modded in, because Godless Granny is a phenomenal
Yes.
streamer, and
Amazing.
I know that
Yeah.
a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today, she's experienced
Mhm.
both IRL and some even in the community.
Yeah. It's so sad how early it starts to like when you guys were sharing the stories about going out and going to the grocery store. It reminded me of something that happened to me when I was like 15. I had just moved here to the United States, and I didn't speak a lot of English. So my mom and I were at the grocery store, and she walked away for a little bit, and I was looking at something, and this worker walks up to me, and I thought he was just gonna ask me, if I needed help or something. But he was a lot older, maybe like almost 30, and like I said, I was 15, very young, and he starts talking to me, and I was like, "Oh, I don't speak English," and then he starts talking in Spanish to me, and he was like definitely hitting on me, like bugging me, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't need help," and like I'm good. And he just kept pushing and pushing, and I started trying to walk away, and he kept walking after me. I had to like rush myself and try to. I didn't know where my mom was, so like he followed
That's
Oh,
me the
scary.
entire time until I found my mom, and then he left me alone. So I told her, and no, I didn't tell her until we left because I was scared. I don't know. I was just I didn't know what to do, so I just like didn't tell her until we left, and then she was just like angry, but like we were not legal at the time, so she did not want to say anything because we didn't want to get in trouble. So it's
Gross. What a
disgusting.
How old did you
predator.
say you were?
Yeah.
Sorry.
15.
I'm so sorry.
15.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
and that's such
No,
a good
I mean-
example of the power problem, right?
Mhm.
Because if you
Mhm.
were saying you weren't legal at the time too, then all of a sudden there's this like way
Power
that someone
dynamic.
could hurt
Yeah.
you.
Fear.
Right.
But I mean, we do know
Yeah.
statistically that the younger a person is, male or female, the more likely they are to be assaulted by family or friends of the family.
Right.
Or
And for
cler-
the
or
same
clergy.
reason, because the
Yeah, somebody
aggressor
I know.
assumes they have control of the situation and the right to do what they want.
Yeah, well, yeah, and a part of this kind of virgin culture is wanting your victim really young enough to where they don't understand what's going on and they can't tell on you, and you can alter their perception. Yes, grooming, altering their perception of reality so that you can get them you can coerce them and
Manipulate.
get them to tell your
Yeah.
story.
An experience happened to me when I was a young girl and just over the phone, because I'd never been, I never had a conversation about things that people can say to lead you somewhere. And it was one of my father's friends or coworkers who called, and he's, said he knew my dad, and I was like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" Whatever, and then he started asking me like what I was wearing, and
Oh my God.
and even after the conversation, I had no idea anything was wrong until I asked until I told my dad, like, "Hey, he called, and this is what he said," and my dad was like, "Wait, what?"
Yikes.
Yeah, creepy as fuck, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was young. I was
Really?
probably like 5, 6. I don't know.
I think
Oh,
now,
good
as
Lord.
we've gotten older, I know I look back and think about a lot of experiences when I was younger, and I'm blown away. I'm like, what the fuck? When
Yeah.
in the early 20s, and the majority of men that went after me were older, they were married, and they would used to
Mhm.
say the most creepy things to me. And now in hindsight, I'm just like, oh, I just want to protect all our people. And I'm sorry, I do want to draw attention to the fact that yes, men experience SA as well. I was in the Army for 10
Absolutely.
years, and when I deployed, I mean, I'll tell you the story of there was a sign in the bathroom in the middle of the desert that said this guy was looking to find out who had gang assaulted him because he didn't know. It happens to them, and I don't want to get teary-eyed. Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it happens to everyone. So love to all the men out there as well that feel like they can't come forward, that these things have happened to them as well.
Yeah,
We
we
love
gotta
you.
It does
destigmatize all
not,
of them.
to be sexually assaulted does not make you less of a man. It does not take away your masculinity.
Nope.
It is the same as if someone were to assault you physically and like knock you unconscious or something, and then you're not losing your power. I know it may feel that way, but
Yeah,
and people, they don't talk about it, they don't come out about it, they don't I know lots
Or they
of
try to, or
of
ignored,
men that
or told that doesn't happen, or whatever the case may, because it's all part of the same culture. It's
Mhm.
I
this
mean
is the way things are. Women are subject to men. Men cannot be harmed by other men, by women, by envies. But no, men are never the victim. No, men can be victims. We see
I
you. We
hate
know that's true.
Who's
I hate
the
to
famous
evoke this.
actor? Remember the famous actor, the young boy? I can't remember what movies he was in.
Corey Feldman.
Thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
he was saying for how many years that something was wrong in the industry. Nobody believed him until finally, like the whole Weinstein blew.
Oh yes. Oh gosh.
And boys are conditioned, like I mentioned earlier, to act this way at a very early age. I remember sexual assaults happening in the shower room in junior high, and it was just treated as
Oh no,
boy play.
Ugh. That's
And
crazy.
you
Well,
get
and
a
the
whole
worst,
crowd of people
the
around it,
worst
and
part
it's
is when, yeah, no, that's good to know, Bree. Oh my gosh. The worst part is when organizations cover things up. And again, I'm going to use military example here. That I spent 10 years in the military. I can't even tell you how many like sexual assault and harassment courses, trainings that I have actually been through. But then when it actually came down to, because I've filed a lot of reports against superiors, they were always higher ranked than me, of course. Sometimes my direct supervisors, they were the ones doing it. So I'm like, so you're just trying to save face and show all of these trainings that you're actually doing something to fix the problem, but you're not actually fixing the
Right.
problem.
It's just
It's
HR
cover your
bullshit.
ass. When someone was, doing things to me that were inappropriate, nothing happened to him other than he got bumped to a different unit. And then I had to run into him later on in my career and pretend that I didn't know him because it was so awkward. It was horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, I can tell you about obviously the trucking industry is full of people with horrible attitudes about things. And a company that I used to work for years and years ago, not the most recent horrible company I worked for, but they started getting concerns about lack of sexual harassment training and the various things. So they did a video. It was like an hour-long video, and all the drivers had to go and watch it and whatnot. And it talked about sexual harassment and not disrespecting people based on their skin color, their religion, their identity,
So
their
DI
orientation,
training.
all the things.
Yeah.
The instant the video ended, one of the dudes turned around and went, "Who made this? Some fucking fag?" And they all just laughed. Like
Yeah.
it made no difference at all. I'm like,
Well, I mean, it does, because now the company can, if it happens, the company can say, look, we tried. This is
Exactly.
on them. Sue them.
True.
Yeah.
That it is a CYA. They don't actually back it up with anything. I mean, the
No.
video even said, if you cross these lines, there will be disciplinary action, including suspension and up to termination. And immediately that line was tested and the company folded.
Yeah.
They just did nothing.
I want to say trucking and restaurants are really bad at.
Restaurants are bad too.
Yeah.
Truckers are terrible about. I mean,
No,
that's
that's
where
what-
a lot of the like in-person like prostitution stuff happens with minors. Truckers will take the minor child out with them on the road and kind of pimp them out to other drivers. It's horrid. I know people. I've heard firsthand stories about that too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I have seen a lot of runaways who will go to truck stops and pimp themselves out as a way to get food or somewhere to sleep for the night. And a lot of them end up getting trafficked because no one knows they're there. No one knows they're gone, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very
This
bad.
is the worst timeline.
I know.
Well, I mean, and this is something that's been happening for decades, though.
So if there's men that think this isn't okay, they need to get fucking louder and stand up for women. Like, be allies. Say, yeah, this is happening. And what we're seeing instead is these content creators that are trying to deny it because it makes them feel uncomfortable.
Right. Exactly. Which is what we were gonna.
Yeah,
watch
let's
today.
get into it. We've been going for an hour now. We haven't got into it.
All right, we'll put the video up.
There's a lot of relevant content.
Do it.
And
Do it. Do it.
also, one of the points of this show is women's voices, because while we do need the men to speak up because people listen to you, it's also important to recognize we're done waiting for other people to speak up. We can talk for ourselves too.
Well, we need
About
people to
all the
listen to us, though.
So here we have Eric from Planet Peterson. He is doing his Discord debate thing to set the stage slightly. We're 19 minutes ish into this video. He's been discussing with this person. It's worth noting that he's been hanging out with breakfast tacos, who pluses and minuses. Breakfast tacos, I know perfectly good, perfectly decent people who also hang out with breakfast tacos, like JL Warren, who is an absolute staunch advocate of absolute humanitarian lines.
He's great.
No issues. But Breakfast Tacos himself hangs out with one of those for liberty people, which is to say Christian nationalists. You know, the David Silverman, the Peter Boghossian, the women have to be kept in their place and gay people should be thrown into camps that they never return from. Those sorts of people.
Yeah.
And Taco is best fucking friends with them. And he's been warned about that shit. But this video isn't about Taco. This is setting the stage because Eric is hanging out with that sort of company, and it may color the way he presents what he says. So let's see what he actually says.
But I also wouldn't sit here and tell you you should call yourself something else either. It's just kind of like, you got to understand what I mean when I say that.
Gotcha.
And then,
so the second part of that question.
yeah, I have no idea what that means. So what I would say, and this might make your head explode, I don't think the United States is a country that has rape culture.
Record scratch.
Do you remember when that guy got the girl drunk or maybe drugged her? I can't remember all the details, and then got caught like molesting her unconscious body, and then the judge is like, "Well, we can't ruin this bright young man's future."
Oh, wasn't it the one that was like a soccer player or
wasn't that Kavanaugh, the judge that did that?
Him too. I know. Which one, Bree? Which one?
Which perp?
Not all men, but always a man.
Brock Turner.
Was that Kavanaugh?
Brock Turner. There you go. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah. But I'm
college student.
But you are right about Kavanaugh. He Or I might be talking about the president too, for fuck's sake. Because
Yeah, no, they definitely are. Yeah,
but there's no rape culture. We just have our country led by a man who was held civilly liable for rape. We couldn't even find a decent man to run the country. And you're gonna say there's no rape culture.
Well, we had two perfectly capable, qualified women applicants.
Yeah. But, I mean, perfectly qualified, and except they were
Let's
lacking
see,
one
woman
or
predator. Which one do we want? Woman
we
or
can't have
predator?
a woman bleeding all
They're
over
so
the
mad
White
about
House.
us choosing bear. They literally chose a sex pest over a woman. They're gonna get mad because women are choosing bear, right?
And I want to point out that Eric Planet Peterson is an atheist and part of the community. So it's like we can still have people who have bad ideas. And from what I understand, he's been confronted about this wording of choice that he's had. And not only did he confirm that he currently still stands behind his statements, but he went further as to say that patriarchy is not real.
Yeah, imagine a man going like, "Well, I don't see patriarchy, so you must be delusional or hysterical or having your monthly."
Too emotional.
Exactly. That's like saying but you're an atheist and don't you discuss the Bible? So how can you pretend that it doesn't exist when it's literally tied back to many of the teachings?
Yeah. Ouch. Oh,
It is.
This is.
It's hard to get. You couldn't get more privilege than this gentleman here. This cis white middle class, upper middle class, maybe, I don't know, male, right? He's sitting up on the ivory tower and complaining that he cannot see the struggles that we're having down here in the pits, so they must not exist. When everyone here, every single one of you bitches, had a story, including myself, about being harassed or assaulted, touched without consent. There's been plenty of situations where I've been coerced into doing things I didn't want to do on my past.
Yeah,
Every
woman. Yeah.
Yep.
Because we weren't taught to think for ourselves. We weren't taught about healthy touches and boundaries, and for fuck's sake, I didn't even learn
at all.
I didn't learn the word no for the longest time either. I thought, he's going to be mad at me if I don't do what he wants.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah, always worried about his feelings first.
Yes.
Well, I guess I should have known that this is what that meant. So I, since I'm here, I don't want to. Yeah,
Now it's my fault.
Yeah, it's always our fault, and it's a societal thing where we are taught, groomed, if you will, by society at large to go along to get along, and that we are being disruptive or not ladylike if we are rocking the boat too much.
And think of how recently we were writing our name as Mrs. our husband's name.
Yeah.
Just completely making sure that our lives disappear into the persona and the goals of our husbands. Gross. And so you don't get rid of something that dismissive overnight. We don't legislate it either. This has to be all of us having this conversation, which is why we're doing it, which is why we're talking.
Oh, Patty and I, after the show yesterday, we recorded another new episode where we reviewed cult literature. We have this series on cult literature, and we read this booklet called True Womanhood, and it was far more horrific than we could have even imagined. It's going to be an incredible episode. We just jaw dropped after every sentence we read. We're like,
I can imagine.
I want to bring up. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bree. Go ahead.
I wanted to bring up that Rachel Oates just did a piece on Matt Walsh this week.
Yeah, I saw
she's
that.
a UK, she's British, I believe, YouTuber. If you don't know who she is, she's a feminist. But the Matt Walsh video, it could be just considered just rape apologetics, front end to back end.
Oh yeah.
Ember, I got it down
100%.
here if you want to pull it up real quick. I will watch a couple minutes of it.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
Sure.
isn't that an hour?
I'm just gonna watch like a couple minutes of it where he's just a couple of sound bites of the stuff that Matt Walsh is saying, why Planet Peterson's saying there's no rape culture.
Yeah, just remember to pause often because I don't know this
We're
channel,
supposed to
but
have
anything
kids. Like, that's
involving
when
Matt
hold on,
Walsh.
kids. That's my point.
Yes.
Okay. I'm worried that we have turned sexual assault into such a wide, broad category that it's losing its meaning. This is the worst one yet, I think. This somehow manages to be more disturbing.
Hold on, let me find that section where he's talking about that. Might be here.
This is my concern. And I've talked about this before, but I want to go back to it because I think it's such an important concept. And it's an issue that I think we need to work out.
Incel and car, yes. Dave.
I'm worried that we have turned sexual assault into such a wide, broad category that it's losing its meaning. And in the process, actual cases of rape and assault are trivialized, deprived of significance, because the word is used so often and often to describe things that really don't qualify.
So I'm sure he'll.
Yeah, so he goes on to talk about how, oh, hold on. I'll jump ahead past what Rachel says here, and we're just watching Matt Walsh content.
There are many different types of situations that get kind of lumped into it. It's one of the reasons why I don't like the Me Too. Once you start putting a slogan, once you take an issue, a really serious issue like sexual assault, and you put a slogan on top of it, Me Too, that's the slogan. Well, then it simplifies things way too much.
I have to ask Matt, is that the reason?
All right, so his biggest complaint here, and that's probably where I'm going to stop it. If you want to see the whole video, Rachel does a great, it isn't about an hour long, but it's a great takedown of a lot of his predatory opinions on it. Matt Walsh of the opinion that if the Harvey Weinstein victims, the Donald Trump victims are not actually victims of rape because they got something out of it. He thinks that coerced, if you agree to be coerced into doing sexual favors for somebody for like a movie role or a job or something like that, that's not sexual assault. That's fucking ridiculous.
No, it's not, because you got to remember Matt Walsh is a white nationalist, and we went over this I think yesterday too. But also, well, my guest crashed out, but we kind of talked about it a little bit when we went over him in my stream. Matt Walsh is a white nationalist, but also when we talk about these groups, it's really important to remember that they are trying to take us back to the beginning of the Constitution, where white landowning men had all the rights, and non-white non-landowning non-men had no rights. A woman does not have the right to work, to bodily autonomy, to make decisions, for financial decisions, much less. You have the right to clean my house, cook my meals, and maybe delegate the help around. You may or may not, depending on how I feel as a man, have the right to pick who you want to be your help. So, Matt wants to take us back to where, there is no, when he's saying that there's too much, it's like what he's saying there is we are giving women too much power. So I want to put this in the proper light. I do believe that Planet Peterson is listening to guys like Walsh when he's going forward. I don't believe that Peterson is there. So I do want to be fair, but again, Planet Peterson is a toxic person on so many fronts. We're just going to talk about women's issues today, but it doesn't stop there.
I don't know much about him.
Noted.
No, that's
quite a
the
lot.
right place to be.
What anger?
Thanks,
Are we going to watch more of that video?
Yeah, but really quick, I have so many people that I do want to thank, because I want to say Hill Hugger has been began today as a magic magnet wielder, and he also gifted him a membership to Jasper. I have Godless Granny, friend of the show, has become a tapioca weasel today. Joshua G's has gifted five cultists to the channel. That went to Neil, the 604 atheist, who I do believe is also in the chat. Chelsea Rabbles, Melly, Dr. Kip Davis, friend of the show, and Don Giovanni. So I do thank you, and welcome back, cultist. Well, welcome and welcome back, cultists. Please enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties and vaginas. Sorry.
And
There's a lot going on over there.
About some of those people.
That's worth a
Dr.
plushy
Kip
pussy. Come on.
hell yeah.
There
Dr.
we
Kip
go.
finally has a book out. It's available in bookstores all over. It's called God's Propaganda. I don't have the thing pulled up. We talked about it a bit yesterday, and it's been talked about elsewhere. But do go find it, because it's shit people really need to know if you want to love the Bible in the way it deserves. And
Right.
Godless Granny has a premiere coming up in a little over an hour now, if I'm chronologying right. So make sure you're subscribed to her channel as well.
Such good
Granny, if
content.
you're still watching, turn on allow stream redirects, and those of us with the ability to forward streams can do that to send our streams, our iterations of this show over to that show. I think
Oh,
that's
Maya, you're muted, babe.
I was typing, sorry. Yeah, we want to throw all 50 people into your show when you go live. So please allow your redirects.
50?
1 hour and 15. I was close. Yeah, I got to meet Granny when I was in Kentucky.
That was.
Oh yeah, we met her in Nashville. The apostate sisters and I met her. Well, you girls have met
I've
her
seen her
before,
at
right?
other conferences, and then she came
Yeah.
to my city once, and we all
Oh,
went to
okay,
the zoo
cool.
with my kids. It was great.
So that was my first time meeting her. So yeah,
Isn't she darling? That's where you,
I
AJ.
know, so
That's
sweet.
me.
Yeah.
I think all of you in person. No, only a couple of you. Okay, Ember and AJ. I think the only two I met in person up to this point, right?
I've met
So far.
AJ and
So far.
Maya in
We're working on
person.
Working on it, working on it. Moving on.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, the fun part out of the way, I guess. I don't know. Let's. I don't have
Just
a
a
good
little
segue.
bit more.
Let's make the
Yeah.
bullshit.
That actually doesn't make my head explode at all. Everything that you said to me is very much in line with someone that doesn't believe that rape culture exists, especially in the US.
Sure. So the fact that it's
Yeah.
illegal means nothing, or it counts for very little. Because like a country like Saudi
I think
Arabia,
that rape culture has much more to do
Boo.
with
He has no
many
idea what
different
rape culture
facets
is,
and things that we
but he's going to
tolerate
tell
on
her
a
it doesn't
smaller-
exist.
There's a
Uh-huh.
law.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
compared to countries like Saudi Arabia,
He's
hold the fuck up, buddy.
basically
It's the
he's
same
basically
thing.
saying that because there's a law against it, it doesn't exist.
Right.
Like,
But there's
dude.
laws against rape in Saudi Arabia too. And I believe it's still punishable by death over there.
Right, but
Like,
it's
I
like
was-
it's like
yeah,
saying that
I was just
murder doesn't exist because it's illegal. Right? It still does exist.
Well, I got the impression that he was trying to parse the like the Me Too type of sexual assault from like someone like Brock Turner who drugged someone and has their way with them that way. He's trying to say like they want to separate those two things and say that it's not the same, but to the woman it's the same. Right?
I mean, well, yeah,
Maybe a
because like,
woman
we
would
don't
prefer to
really
be
laws don't stop. And I know I sound like wait, who is it? Like laws don't stop the laws only stop the law abiding, which I think is like something they say for guns. But while it is somewhat of a deterrent, it doesn't. Most rapes aren't. They're really one. They're really, really, really hard to prove, and two, we're not believed. We're ridiculed. We're put up as a public spectacle. A lot of people are always like, well, why didn't she come through earlier? Or why didn't she say something before?
Why was she wearing?
I mean, I think that's a valid question. I mean, rather than questioning the woman, why didn't she say anything? I think we need to question what the culture was that made her feel uncomfortable doing it, not questioning it whether or not she did it. I just don't know a
and
lot of
every time
women
you see a
who
woman who does come forward, there's inevitably a good portion of the public commentary, whether it's creators opining on YouTube or people in the comments section on news websites saying, oh, look at that body, I'd do that too, or whatever, like shaming her, attacking her, saying that she deserved it. It just, it's horrible treatment, and it's done for a purpose. It's to convey the overall impression that women should be quiet about it.
Mhm.
They could
Devil?
ruin men's lives
Like-
by running their mouths about it, don't you know?
And I mean, don't think that we don't all look at, everything that's, I mean, it's one thing where you understand most of these women come from small towns or are on, college campuses where they just don't want the stigma, first and foremost. But also, gosh, and we could talk about just that piece where it's just like, you're
So true, Casey.
oh
She's a
I mean,
boss.
where you're looked at a certain kind of way. I mean, even by other women, it's like, well, why were you there? What were you expecting? And now
Yeah. That's so true.
and even if this thing comes through, you still have that stigma. Or we talk a lot about don't snitch in the Black community, but also you as a woman, you risk finding a mate if you have the stigma of like, oh, she says that all, I mean, just by telling the truth, now I have the stigma on me that I accuse people that I'm with of assaulting me, and men don't feel safe around me. And so now I'm going to be alone forever, which, when we're, coming out of the culture we're in is also huge for women. I think we'd rather keep our mouths shut and, with this thing that I will be happy in the future if I can just lay low than if I make any waves, and who knows, I'm expecting threats and, all these other things.
We've
Pretty
learned to
inevitable.
equate silence with safety.
Yes.
So we put ourselves at risk when we call attention to it. Yeah.
That's the general zeitgeist. What the culture teaches is if you stay quiet, stay in your place, stay in your lane, you'll probably get attacked a few times in your life, but live with that, because if you make noise about it, you're putting a spotlight on yourself and a target on your own back, and you will suffer even more for it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And again, these
We'll
are
be
things
talking
that,
about social justice
well,
warriors
real quick,
online or individual.
Ember, real quick. And I do want to put the qualifier out there that I understand that these are things that men don't have to worry about or don't think about every single time they go on a date. But I do want to, again, talk about the lived experience of the individual. There's a lot to be said for that. There's an experience that you have as a man that women that is just very different for a woman. And so rather than saying, well, all people are the same and I don't experience it, therefore you're a liar. Can you at least come to a good, even if you believe that, can you at least say, okay, why do you think that? I want people to really, in all situations that they don't understand, get comfortable with that phrase. Why do you think that? I want people to get comfortable with steel manning a position before they start arguing against it. And for the love of fuck's sake, like know what the definitions are that you're arguing, because this is so infuriating. This conversation with Peterson and this woman is so infuriating because they're not even talking about the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. My old debate teacher used to say, you have to be able to argue your opponent's position as well as your own, or you don't really understand either side.
Oh,
And
that's incredible, Ember. Oh, yes.
Hell yeah.
I just said that.
Well, she
Yeah,
said,
so,
I'm a simple mind. She summed
rephrasing.
it up.
Well, I was borrowing a
guys-
quote from someone who it's not important. The point is, I'm trying to elaborate on what you were saying. And the thing about definitions is true too. I hate the definition fight thing, but that's not what we mean. We mean understand the idea behind the word that you're talking about. Because so often you'll get people talking right past each other because they're not being clear what it is they mean with the words they're using.
Well, and it's like getting into someone else's perspective, right? Because to me, it seems like he's sort of only able in this conversation to see it from his perspective versus actually listening to the experiences of, women to realize, oh, maybe they've experienced something for which I have no context and maybe I could learn from them. It's like that's missing.
Yeah, he's making it about himself. He wants to separate himself from that situation. Well, that's not me, therefore it doesn't exist. Not part of that.
Yes, there's another video, or like before in this video, I can't remember exactly where he does exactly that. He's just all, we're not all men, and yeah, we're not saying all men. Like many of us are married to men, right? So it's like we are not accusing all men of being that way, but
Yeah, that's such a
majorly.
right-wing apologetic is it's the same thing as with Black Lives Matter. They're like, oh, you're saying white lives don't matter? Is that what we said, dipshit?
The toxic masculinity. Oh, you think masculinity is toxic? No.
So
Like,
I
we're talking
sent
about a specific thing. Fuck.
Yeah.
Ay,
So
ay, ay.
you got all of you know Sydney Davis, right? That she's a debater, very big into debate. So she was asking for videos to check out, and I sent her this one. I'm curious to see how she breaks it down. That should be interesting.
Yeah. This is good
Yeah,
stuff.
Sydney's fun to watch.
There's-
She's been doing in Nashville. They have an organization where they have a believer and a non-believer sit down and like have a conversation more than a debate, but it's definitely a head-to-head of worldviews kind of thing. It's confrontational but not hostile, and they're very interesting conversations.
Yeah, they do it really, really well. They did it live at NanoCon. It was super interesting. Yeah. At some points, I thought they were gonna get into it, but it didn't happen. So that was good.
Yeah. Sydney's also a comedian. Since we're doing random shout outs, it's a bad habit of mine, but I like to support the community. She's
I
also
love her so much. She's amazing.
got, I think, 2 specials on, I want to say Netflix, but it might be Prime. But she does have actual stand-up comedy specials that are on one of the streaming softwares. So yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
And she's on Holy Spirits. Don't forget that. Dr. Bimble's channel, Holy Spirits. You want some Sydney telling the story of Adam and Eve and all that stuff? You go check that out after the show.
So fun. Oh, it's going so good. I hope that channel does well.
It's
I hope so. It's doing pretty good so far.
Yeah. I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, hell, everyone loves Dr. Ben, and he's the one behind it. He's doing the producing and editing and whatnot. And like, literally everyone loves Dr. Ben. So
yeah.
I can't imagine it going any other way than amazing.
Individuals who are kind of cuckoo bananas. I think that there is something that like people refer to as like micro, meso, and macro approaches. So when we look at individuals or smaller acts, and then larger communal acts, and then like even larger like things that happen on a national level, let's say, all of these things count. So the rape culture at like a micro level can look like disbelief, sexual harassment, teaching boys that, oh, like let's take her out for drinks and get her like really drunk first, and then she'll be more likely to like let you go home with her. Different tactics of sexual violence that aren't necessarily denounced in our culture that need to be.
Sure. So let me ask. We can
see, and that's
stuff.
Pause it real quick. That's like what I was talking about, with where they want to differentiate the types of assault. They want to be like, oh, the guy who takes the girl out and gets her really, really fall down drunk and then takes her back home and does stuff to her is different than the guy who grabs a girl in the alley and drags her behind a dumpster and has his way with her. They want to differentiate that, because one of those guys is in their head worse than the other. And I don't know if women agree that the guy dragging him back home and unconscious is the lesser of two evils. I don't want to remember it. So thank you for drugging the asshole.
And that's the majority of cases too. I think it's usually a guy that's a friend, and yes, like
somebody they know.
Alcohol
it's a
comes
prime
into
example
play,
of-
and obviously he's stalling here because like, oh, but that's the majority of times that I get laid is by getting the woman drunk first. So don't take that away from me. That's not part of it.
Right.
Well, I
And you
mean,
don't want to
and
see
it's,
that as assault.
and
Go
we
ahead,
really,
Maya.
really, really need to get sex ed into all schools. And I understand the right's inclination and not want to do that, judging by how like icky they are and how many of them are elected into office, having done a lot of the things that we're condemning right now. However, if I give you an enthusiastic yes, and then I see that your ex-girlfriend is calling and I withdraw consent halfway through the act, I have the right to do that.
Yeah.
Like
anytime.
At any point. And there is, to your point, there is no distinction whether you hit me over the head and, do me in an alley, or if we've been in a long-term relationship and for whatever reason, I withdraw consent in the middle of the act in the bed that we share. It is the same thing to me. I am being violated. I walk away feeling the same way. And I'm not saying there should be the same consequences for you. But when we are talking about respect women, thank you, Lawrence from Milwaukee Atheist for $2 says, respect women, love you all. Lauren, I would choose Lawrence over the bear, hands down.
Oh, absolutely. Lawrence is neat. He can tell you cool Bible facts on the Milwaukee Atheist channel, like the apocryphal stuff. There's a lot of cool shit. If you're interested in random Bible stories and cool facts and whatnot, that's what they do. It's neat.
And
but I do
just be the type of man that a woman would want to choose over the bear, and you don't have to. You can just let go of all the anger.
Yeah. Just let it go. Let it go. But
that's the whole thing about the bear situation. Even as a when I was presenting as a cis man, I still would have rather ran into a bear in the woods than a man. It didn't matter. My gender didn't matter in that circumstance. I don't want to run into there's entire movie franchises based on running into a strange man in the woods, like Friday the 13th and Sleepaway Camp.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. But I do want to point out the reason that he's trying to differentiate is because he's got this manosphere bit going in his head. And to be clear, he's not a right winger. For those unfamiliar, he broadly insists on sane principles. It's only when it comes to this specific thing that he wants to split hairs for some reason. And the reason they do it is because in the manosphere culture, the toxic masculinity, if you will, when a person agrees to go out to have drinks, then there's this line of mental defense where they can say, well, there was implied consent because they knew what might have happened and they agreed to do it anyway. Whereas if you assault someone in a back alley, there's no even shred of possible consent. So they want to differentiate those because they're afraid
what was
they've
she
done
wearing,
it
except for
often.
why were you drinking? Right? It's still the same thing. It's what were you wearing, or why were you drinking? Why were you smoking? Whatever.
It's fundamentally the same thing as we see both him and Matt Walsh have in common, saying, well, this Me Too culture, it's making it impossible for men to even talk to women without fear of being accused of mistreating them. Get the fuck out of here.
It's so hard for them to get consent first. Is there, what are they, bashful about it? Bashful about asking for consent to interact with a woman sexually before you do it?
It's this ongoing, continual process of ensuring that us women are not dehumanized and just looked at as, a sperm receptacle or something for a man to dip his wick in. And that's been all too often saturated into our culture. Like, we got to change the wording. We got to change the way that, we're viewed. Yeah. Ongoing process. It's not easy to get over that hurdle.
I would really like to see a lot of men get upset about this, really upset and angry about the fact that all of us women are afraid of this, that we have to defend ourselves, that we've been boxed up in such a way that we are still treated like property. Where are the men who are out loud pissed off about this?
John of Godless Engineer, shout out to you, buddy. You're one of the most incredible and biggest
Yes.
supporters of women I've ever seen, bud. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I do have a video that I was
Love
wondering
that.
if I could share. It's with Xander Hall talking, defending women who choose bears. It's like
Good.
kind of, yeah.
There we go.
You're on it. All right.
Oops.
What audio?
Oh, audio. Here we go.
There you go.
Sun's going down. So all she can do is set up her cameras, hold her axe, and start recording a video and talking loudly about what is happening and that she is telling on this guy, because he is no doubt listening and watching her right now. If that sounds crazy, just watch the video and you are about to find out why women choose the bear.
The last few weeks have been eye-opening for me, because in the last few weeks, I've started to realize just how dangerous it is to do what I do. And I never had to deal with situations like this before, not on this level.
As a woman.
But just the fact that it's all happening now is making me rethink this channel, what this channel is about, and the future of it. And this is not clickbait. I'm not being overly dramatic. When you hear the stories, I think you'll understand. A few minutes ago, a man that I don't know appeared on my property. And he turned to me and he said, "Oh, finally, I found you. I've been looking for you." This is a man that I don't know, that I didn't invite here, that I didn't want here, who came here all on his own to my private property in the mountains, where there is no obvious path that leads here. He made his way up the hills and through the freaking forest to find me, uninvited. To find a woman who's camping on her own, on her private property. To find her and do what exactly? I was shocked. I was shocked. And
A viewer? Probably. You have to understand, she has an audience or a subscriber count of 1.85 million. There are creepy, rapist, piece of shit men within that number. There have to be. That's too big of a number for there not to be. And when they find out that there is a woman living on her own out in the middle of nowhere, they'll seek them out.
This is my whole point. This is Xander Hall, and you can. I'm sorry, can you hear me? This is Xander Hall. Now, nobody. I don't know. I don't believe that he's that kind of man, and he clearly doesn't believe that, of her 1.8 million people who are probably majority men, But he's like, there has to be at least one in that number. It's probably more than one. Yeah,
lot. Thousands.
There's one on that day who had the means and the ability. And this was her, she lives in the mountains. This is her livelihood, is streaming this stuff. She is rethinking her entire way of making money, or even if she wants to be there, she's going to shut her channel down because she can't trust certain men. And like, you think she would have chosen to see a bear cross that camera that day?
She'd probably be excited if a bear did, like showing it and be like, "Oh, look what I caught on camera, a bear." Because I was talking before we started that, hundreds of thousands of people go into the wilderness to look for bears. It's just silly to think that running into a bear is like a death sentence. People go out and watch the bears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say about it. Go on, Maya.
This is my whole point. Because like Planet Peterson, and I know there's going to be people that come back and watch this. I wanted them to see that from a white man, a cishet male white man who's an atheist, but make your peace with it. He's on your side, guys. But he can see ours. And that's all we're asking for.
Yeah. So I was going to share a quick experience that I had last year at the Bad Cruise with the ACA. So we were on the boat and the sun was coming down and I was having a conversation with somebody that I'd never met. It was a fan and he saw my Green Day shirt and the conversation went a little bit weird. Like he started talking about the song Long View, which is about masturbation. And like, I don't know where, that was like my first time meeting this guy, right? And so I became really uncomfortable, but I didn't know how to walk away. And Kelly Laughlin, love him. He was around and he noticed it. and he walked right up to us, and he
Love
stayed
that.
there, and he put himself in the conversation until the guy left, and then he told me, "Are you okay? Are you good?" Because like I noticed you looked a little bit like you didn't know what to do, and I was like, "Yeah, like totally appreciate you like so much." So
Shout out Kelly Laughlin.
I spent the
Woo!
weekend with Kelly.
Incredible.
We got totally roasted this last
oh
weekend.
yeah, he's amazing.
Wonderful,
I love him.
man.
Yeah,
I
he's
saw
Uh,
Kelly in Kentucky also, and in addition to work with the ACA, he's also been doing. He started up his own channel. I think he talks about geology stuff, crystals,
Yes.
rocks,
He
like
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I got
love
to
it.
go
mentioning-
through.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you're mentioning the ACA, and I'm realizing Planet Peterson, who we're looking at here, was hosting on their main show just 3 weeks ago, and I think this
Yeah,
video that
yeah,
we're
that's-
watching was an entire year ago.
Yeah.
Has there
It-
been
it
any
sort of brings
remediation
this
of
all
his
up, actually.
position?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we need to talk about that too, because like when I first started, like I said, I wanted my channel to be very community focused, and I used to be open to like anybody from the community coming on. And as my channel's grown, I've really had more of been trying to take more accountability of what I'm exposing to my community. Through my platform at least. And I think it's really important now that people do have something, at least if I like somebody I know, like what do you call it? I did make for Jillian and for Jester, but that's just because I've known them for so long, and I will vouch for them. And if I can, I will make an apology, and they'll never come back on again. But that's not like the norm. Most of the people I bring on my channel, like I can see. And usually over a period of time, if somebody has been streaming long enough, some people get biased. If you know, you know. But for the most part, you do know what you're getting out of people, and you can make that choice whether or not you want to have they represent who you are and the direction of your channel. I think that that's really important to do. And I actually, since 2018, when the whole rationality rules thing came out, I really hated the way the ACA treated that. And I unsubbed from them then, hoping that there were good people who would speak to them and they would come around, and I would feel more comfortable supporting them because I know that my views mean money for them. I've never been able to get back there because they're not doing this. They're platforming people like Planet Peterson because he has this big, audience, and he's this, bro guy, and he's gonna really know how to speak to our audience and keep people and bring people on. And I'd rather lose people and stay stagnant than to bring someone toxic like that.
Yeah. Good
Onto
one.
my
Yeah.
platform, but I'm going to
Agreed.
shut up and get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
really involved with ACA, and I have brought it up to their attention as far as what's happening with Planet Peterson, and we are having a lot of conversations with a lot of people that were not aware of things that were happening. And hopefully even with the support of one of the women on the board, then like she's all on board about having these very difficult awkward conversations. So we are going to have a very big group call pretty soon to sort of discuss what can be done, because the community has noticed
Yeah.
that. And so
Big
we
time.
don't, like, nobody wants such a big organization that brings together the community to just go away or fall apart or be destroyed. That's not what I want. I want them to learn from mistakes and do better. So
Yeah.
that's what we're hoping
Positive changes.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like a
Because there's so many
community that
amazing
has-
people there. So many amazing people. And I would hate to cause more division than there already is, So
Maybe the ACA board can watch this video.
yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Maybe so. And that's a very important point of distinction, is we're not saying cancel the ACA. Like,
Oh no, right,
organizations-
exactly.
healthy organizations
Exactly,
with shit tons of people are going to fuck up from time to time. What
Yeah.
we're saying
Yeah.
is we want you to do
Believe me,
better.
I've fucked up. I've fucked up like that. They things that they've had to call me out on. Okay, so like,
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
nobody
I
is
fucked up.
beyond.
There's
Yeah.
a reason you don't see me on some certain channels because, you know, Lawrence was joking earlier, cancel Ember. I've been canceled a couple of times now. I
Ooh.
have fucked up. In fact,
Yeah.
2 of these people here have had the cojones to tell me, Ember, you fucked
titties.
up. And I tried to make it better. Because that's what you do when you're a responsible fucking adult, is you try to make it better.
But and that's definitely the reason why I'm sticking around with the ACA, because I see so many people that are trying hard. Okay, and I can't really say, oh, there's one person that's doing things wrong. It's just like it's things that we've noticed and things that have been that are being worked on, and I see the passion of everybody involved, and that's what I want to support and hope.
And that might be a good time to plug that organization CAN. I forget what it stands for, but Seth
Oh,
Anderson,
yeah.
Champion Atheist podcast did just talk about, especially when it comes to content creators, like we should be holding ourselves accountable and each other if we are fucking up to make it better. And that was a really good video on his channel about how we can go about doing that.
It's called fucking up. Try and stop Bree from telling you.
It's a Creators Accountability Network.
Thank you.
Right?
Creator
Yeah.
Accountability
Yeah.
Network. Yes, that's it. Yes.
Yes,
Well,
you
and the
can.
organization of the ACA, it has so much potential because it is such a large platform. It's been around for so long.
Right.
Like it's very important and
Right.
something that
Has a
in
name.
theory we can all has the name that we can all rally around. However, as a woman scrolling through the main page, I find I'm hard pressed to even see a woman on the thumbnails
Yeah.
going back years. And so
It's white
penis
like all over the place, just a white sausage fest.
I mean, is it
White
for
sausage.
me? And if they're missing the women's voice, then that is 50% of people in the community that feel disenfranchised by that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's
what
another
we're
side
talking
of that coin. There's the people who are in that organization tend to be people who are very aware of rape culture and patriarchy and all those sorts of things. And they're taking an active step to try to not just say, but demonstrate they're safe people. Like they want their
Yeah.
reputations to be good, to have their communities be safe places. And that's one way they can try to do that. It's a
Right,
put your
like
money where your mouth is thing.
going to the bad cruise, I felt completely safe around every single person, and like this isn't a thing against any of the male people that are involved currently, because they're all pretty amazing, right? Like we can all say that their content or like what they talk about, like they are allies, but we still notice that it's like there was a group photo that we took, and I was the only woman in it, and I was like, oh.
Oh, I saw that photo.
Solo dolo.
Yeah. I love them
Yeah.
all, but it was like it was noticeable. It was noticeable. And I was really sad
Yeah.
too, because there was a woman in one of the shows, right, and she had to leave right before we took the photo because she has 2 little babies and had to go take care of that. So like men don't realize how mothers have to what mothers have to sacrifice in order to do stuff like that, right? Like she had to go because she didn't have any way to take care of her kids there. So yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
Actually, that's an interesting point that Casey is making to Caitlin Chloe is making too. Where so when I came to the community, I used to love watching Godless Bitches. It was on ACA. It was with Jen, Tracy Harris, and some other women that I can't think that don't come top of mind right now. When the whole like
there were a few gens.
When the whole thing happened with the trans community, I unsubbed from AXP, a Talk Heathen. I kept my sub to Godless Bitches, and I want to say Truth Wanted was the other one, because it was so new and I wasn't sure that Dan was part of all that. But when it just I don't know, they try to start it up, and then the women that I want to say that ran for maybe 5 weeks and then that stopped.
Oh,
I
no, is that
I followed a lot of the people like that were in it, and then their public posts in Facebook and Twitter were very disparaging of what was going on behind the scenes in the ACA. So it doesn't feel like a very welcoming place for women. I, you know, and it's interesting because I know yesterday we were looking on their on the channel, like just the backlog of presenters, and it was just men. We had to go back 2 years to find a woman.
Yep.
On AXP,
On AXP,
which is
yeah.
insane to me. When you look at other shows that do what they do, like Skeptic Haven and The Line, it's women every other day, or probably every day, honestly.
Oh, I'm gonna be on Skeptic Haven soon. I think
and I'm on Skeptic Haven, which I really appreciate because they reached out to me and Jay Bundy because they wanted a Black perspective, and which I thought was amazing. They're actively looking, and I know I don't know Jimmy Snow personally. I'm not trying to like stir shit. He has a sketchy past, and I had actually unsubbed from him for a while. But when they started Takis, that was the thing that made me, well, one, because my friends are there and I wanted to become better in tune with the trans community and understand where, I don't understand. I still don't understand. I understand a lot better because of Takis, and transpositions hadn't been out at that time. I've learned a lot from, I have half of the members here now. So I do want to thank you so much for lending me your perspective. But that, you know, when we're talking about, I really don't want to cancel people. I believe there should be demands and a pathway back to forgiveness. And like I said, Jimmy did some things that I didn't approve of back in the day, but like what I see him doing with this channel shows to me growth and an eye for the community. I appreciate and respect that. And I'll support The Line, even if I can't support him personally, because there's good people there. And I know there's good people behind the scenes at AXP. I can't in good conscience support or tell anyone to support the ACA, because every person I talk to has runs away from their screaming. And it's a problem, especially since they have such a far reach. I think we need to, if we can, try to reach out to them. I know that their board has had a bunch of different people. There's not the same people that are there now than, the last time I talked to somebody that ran away from their screaming. If they are if someone is salvageable, I think we should reach out to them. We are fighting a fascist war and seemingly losing. We need every person, but if we can't get them, fuck them.
Yeah, I think at least as a start, I know we were talking about this yesterday, but that sure, we love having our like women's groups where we can talk like just amongst women where we have a safe space, but then we're almost like reduced to just being in that category, talking about women's issues. No, we talk about literally everything that the men do. Is just from a woman's perspective. We should be right alongside them.
Yes.
Talking like in the military. Don't call me a female soldier. I'm a fucking soldier. I'm fighting right alongside the boys.
Right.
Like, Sydney and I were talking about exactly that, and that women needs to be a part of the conversation and not necessarily in being just talking about women's topics, just from our perspective, right? About any topic. Okay, as far as The Line, it's one of those things where I give people the opportunity to be able to change. And as far as I can hear, Jimmy has changed a lot. And also Chloe mentioned that the person that made those accusations about Jimmy actually came out and said that she had lied about it.
Where?
She's in the chat.
No, I mean, I see Casey saying that, but I haven't seen that person.
Oh, okay.
And again, I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just speaking from my
not
experience.
Just one person is the thing, too. It's
a
group of people.
Right. And again, I am not trying to throw shade. I am not coming out against Jimmy. I'm just saying Jimmy is an example of somebody who I questioned in the past. I walked away from. He's showing growth. And and I'm changing my stance. That's, again, not trying to throw shade on anybody.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think that's admirable, honestly.
Yeah, it's what we were saying earlier. We don't want people to be canceled. We want them to fucking do better.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Jamie
seriously.
shows signs of trying really hard to do better, and we appreciate that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
As
and
long
to me,
as
the
they're
fact that
consistent. Yeah.
the fact that there are so many women and trans people on the line kind of tells me that they're being treated well enough that they trust that they can be there safely. I don't know, just my perspective.
I trust Arden, right? Like,
Mhm.
regardless
Woo!
of
Arden.
how everybody feels about Jimmy, Arden's running most, like, at least half of the shows.
Love her.
And
Yeah,
then she
she's
produces
producer now.
she produces Takis every week.
Yeah.
So
And she actively looks, she's the producer, she actively looks for diversity for their
No,
their
I was on the
shows.
line.
They're
I was on
awesome,
the
yeah.
line 2 years ago. Again, not trying to throw shade. If I hated Jimmy, if I wanted him dead, like, I wouldn't have been on the line.
I remember that.
Like, I understand that Jimmy is a good friend of a lot of people here love him. I am showing Jimmy as a point of growth. I'm using him as an example of what I want people to do. This
Perfect.
is not shade. I mean, people, there's things that don't really apply to anything here, where I did something bad in my past and then, I learned from it and now I'm doing better. This is what and when we were talking at the beginning of the stream about, when what Maya Angelou said, when I was young, I did, whatever. And when I knew better, I did better, and there's got to be, and from us, there's got to be that forgiveness and a pathway to redemption, but keeping our goals and our morals and our values intact.
Love that. Yeah. And I'm 100%, and I totally understand what you're saying. And I hope that I didn't come off as maybe discounting your experience and your
My
opinion.
issue with it is, though, I've seen growth from Jimmy. I've seen no growth from ACA, which is insane considering that it is a rotating. Jimmy's been the same person. He's never not been Jimmy. The board of the ACA has rotated, and they're still the same toxic. I mean, again, not being there, but from multiple accounts over a 7-year period, I'm seeing people say that, no, it's just, same board.
In a way, that's part of the problem.
Yes.
Because Jimmy is a single person, so he can learn from his own past experiences and grow as an individual. And it's wonderful. We love to see it. The board, a group of 5 people, say, I don't know how many people are on the board, but let's say 5, they go through an experience and learn a hard lesson. And then they all get replaced with new people who have to learn that lesson all over again.
That's a great point. Yeah. And I think that there's currently one of the women who I'm very close with, and we are working together on this, and she's very much on board with everything that I've brought up to them, like all of the issues that I've pointed out and things that I would like to see change. And she's one of the ones that's leading the sort of revolution with me.
Glad
So
she's
I'm
there.
hopeful. I'm
Awesome.
hopeful. Yeah. She's great. She's amazing. So
Yeah. Sometimes these things take time, but as long as people are being consistent and actively trying to do better, we can tell the difference. We can tell people that don't give a shit on changing.
yeah. I have a hope. I have hope for the ACA. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there. I mean, after certain things happened, I have hesitations, but there are people there, like Dr. Ben, for example, still does talk heathens, and I trust his opinions. And if there weren't good people there, John, Godless Engineer, still does AXPs. Forrest Velkai does AXPs. These are all people who are stand-up individuals who will literally stomp on assholes doing horrible shit publicly, and we love to see it. And they
Eli
believe in the ACA.
that's in the chat right now. He's another one of fucking amazing. I've been talking to him a lot, bouncing ideas off of him. He's an amazing ally. So, and he's one of the hosts as well for the nonprofits. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
And he's also often on Skep Talk over on the line. Like, you can do multiple things. But his channel is Godless Engineer. And occasionally he posts clips of the other stuff he does. But definitely, I mean, he's huge about the community. We love. He's just If all men were more like John.
Atheist
so-
king.
Yay.
This is the kind of king I approve of. I can approve of this king. Otherwise, no kings,
No
but
kings. No kings.
And
Yeah,
king energy.
get some
Yeah, that's
shit
what I was
for
gonna
it,
what I was
too.
gonna say. Like, this isn't a bash men conversation.
It's not. It's not. I mean, because like I at least see myself as a feminist, which is equality of the sexes. And I know the right wants to make it sound like equal to misandry, and it's not. It's just saying, hey, men, let's share the table. I have things to give. You have things to give.
And there's a reason
we're better together. Diversity makes
Yeah.
everything better, and we should be able to collaborate and live in the world that we want to live in, not in one where we are working for your vision of what makes us happy. But I'm sorry
Right.
for cutting you off.
No, you're fine. I was just going to add poor John. He gets so much shit and just disgusting messages from these toxic dudes because he is such a supporter of us women and cares what we think, cares how we feel. And it's terrible. It is terrible.
Well,
what they say to him.
John's not experiencing the male loneliness epidemic, so you might reflect inward on that and find out why.
Yeah, John is clearly not an incel, so he can.
Yeah.
And
But it
total
shows
Chad.
he's on the right side. It shows he's doing the right thing.
Yeah, and John is always surrounded by beautiful and intelligent women. I was making this joke in his Facebook page the other day. I was like, John, all those dudes out there that are total
jealous.
incels. There's a reason they're angry at you, buddy. Yep.
No, yeah, incels hate Chads. You can't be a charismatic guy surrounded by beautiful women and not. I mean, you're really, the more incels hate you, the more you're just rocking it.
Yes.
Exactly.
All the women flunk. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And they'll call you a simp, and they'll call you a cuck, and they'll call you a white knight, and yeah.
Oh, I see another awesome dude in the chat, Art Radish, Chad Harris.
Love it. It's
Chad
the
Harris.
Chad.
Yay, Chad.
Oh,
the
Archradish. Okay.
He's
sorry.
actually
He's not a Giga Chad. He's not a Giga
Yeah,
Chad. He's the
he's
Chad.
actually he's who I'm gonna be on Skeptic Haven with.
Oh, nice.
He and I are gonna
cool.
be
Make
Let's
sure
give
we-
him some jugs and Java. Jugs and Java.
right.
Is he putting his content on YouTube?
I don't think.
I met him
think
from
he's
TikTok.
usually on other people's shows. Yeah. But I met him at
Skeptic Haven, yay.
NanoCon. He was on my panel with Sydney. Sydney invited all of us to be on his panel, and yeah, that's what I met him. He's awesome.
As much as I love these atheist conferences and events, I just wish there was more time to be able to just sit down and have one-on-one time with people. At NanoCon, I felt like I was in every different direction. Like, hey, how are you? Let me get a quick selfie before I can't get one. And then, oh shit, I didn't get a chance to talk to you at all.
Yeah. Oh, he said he's
Sure.
TikTok. So
I know that's one of the reasons we need more events that people can actually get to. It's so wonderful to meet people in person, but there's stuff going on and there's so many people. So
I know.
you really can't just hang out and be there with one person at a time.
no way.
It just I mean, it's obviously better to have them than not. And
there's no easy solution. We just, we have to make time.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
And money, so we can go to
Money. Yeah.
We'll just buy a private jet one day and like fly around the country and get everybody in the same spot.
Like I said
I know we
yesterday,
were
why don't
talking
we
yesterday.
have some sort of secular tithe money coming in so that we can buy a private jet as well, like these fucking cult leaders and televangelists have? I think we deserve it more.
Exactly.
Doing
We
good
need a
things in the world.
community jet.
We do, but there's the left will not and should not. Let me say this. We on the left have a really big problem asking people for their last dime. They don't on the right. Prosperity gospel preachers will ask you for your rent money.
They will.
It,
So it's
they're
your
just
finance your
medicine money.
home.
we don't. I mean, we
Finance.
just don't have access to the type of money they have. One, because we're not evil. Two, because we're not willing to help the rich. And three, because we have actual morals.
Yep.
So I'm like, I know people who like live solely on YouTube money, and they're still like, you know what, if this is going to hurt you, if this is going to mean that you can't have that midnight snack, I don't want your money. Like I want you to give your extra, if you have it, if it's extra and you can give it. And I feel the same way. If it's extra and you want to give to me, go ahead. I don't need it. I don't, I'm not asking. But Ember is. You should give Ember money. Help her not die. That's important.
Yes, I like not dying.
But I mean, yeah, just to say that, and I like that about the left, which is why I'm actually a registered independent, because I'm not particular towards Democrats, especially these days. But I don't mind saying that I am on the left, because I do see morals and standards and camaraderie there. So, having morals does get in the way of doing what you want to do, especially if it would be different if we were in maybe a smaller country where we could just like drive and put more of our actual like hands to work. But it's also harder to because you did not ask for money. I said give Ember money. Thank you, Lawrence. I do appreciate your money. And I will take it. Thank you. Also, sub to Milwaukee Atheist, and give money to Lawrence. Holy shit, Lawrence! Some of the best videos on the internet, and also his basement just flooded, so he is Milwaukee Atheist hasn't been able to stream and is doing I don't know, redirecting the channel a bit, but I've been following them for at least 5 years. They used to do on Sunday, when they were going through the Old Testament, I want to say I picked up when they were in the Pentateuch. They read every chapter by chapter, the whole Bible, and I believe I don't know where they are now, but it was really cool, and he has really great content, like his actual like written scripts. Last one he had was on does the Bible describe a flat earth? It was like an hour and a half or something like that. It took 2 years of his life, and the quality is in there. It's like well-crafted furniture. I can't I can't advocate for the channel enough, and so happy to have Lawrence as friend of the show, part of the community, and as a man who I would choose over a bear.
Yay. I was just noticing, the phrase, that's so Chad. We should start that as like a hashtag, like when men support women, like that is so Chad.
Hell yeah.
Chad.
I love it.
Also, Mark Reed, friend of our shows, and quite a few shows in here. Also, man I would choose over a dingo.
I don't know these people.
Or a drop bear.
Mark Reed. Yay. Hi.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it is past
hanging out with Mark tomorrow night doing debate review stuff. We're covering Erica Gutsit Gibbon versus some random creationist asshole. Part 1 is on Mark's channel. Part 2 will be over at my place at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Kelly, did you ever learn how to redirect? We should probably start wrapping up.
I know. I've been checking every so often. I kind of want to like just show how to do it on stream. I've done it before on other shows, but I don't.
Yeah, go ahead, because I threw it in the chat. I'm not sure if she realized.
Okay, let me check real quick and see if she's got it back yet here, because I just had to walk Kip through it the other day, and I'm like, man,
Ember,
if
check your
you don't
chat.
watch my shows, you'd
Ember,
already
check your
have
chat.
it down.
Ember, check your chat.
My chat. Oh hey, Lawrence is $5. Thank you so much, Lawrence. To not die.
Booby. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you.
You've had wonderful comments all morning. Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Lawrence.
Okay, let me see here. Right.
Good.
So Right. I need to share screen over here first, and then I need to switch over to this screen. So this is the behind the scenes on what a channel studio looks like. You normally start on dashboard, but I was just trying to re-forward this stream over to Granny's. So to forward your stream, or let people forward your stream, you go to settings down here on this left-hand control panel. You open that up. You go down to community moderation, and nope, it's not community moderate. Where the hell is it? Permissions? They've no, it is community moderation. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Channel user
Scroll.
management. Yes. Community moderation, user management. See, this is why we have to do, because it's hard to find. So almost all the way down, live redirect users. You can select all channels can redirect, or the default is channels no, it's not even, that's not even checked either. It doesn't matter. The point is, this is the checkbox you need. All channels can redirect to my content. You check that, hit save. Remember, save, it's very important. And once it's saved, then people will be able to select your shows from the list of shows that they can forward to. So someone clip that and send it to people who need the instruction. I know we'll have to do it again in a month.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if she doesn't do that, then we will. I'll just throw the link in the chat.
Yeah, we do it old school.
We like to talk, and she starts in 20 minutes, so we should start. should probably start going around.
Yeah, I got one too.
You want to say like, yeah, just who you are, your channel name, and what you have coming up, and like closing remarks.
Yeah, preferably in that order.
Ember, let's start with
who
you.
goes first? Ember, go first.
Yes.
You're
Fine,
on
I'll
the
do an example.
corner.
I am Ember from Better Than Ember here on YouTube. I cover all sorts of secular issues dealing with conspiracy theories, bodily autonomy, bad science, pseudoscience. It just TLDR, Christian nationalism is bad, and every conspiracy theory is part of Christian nationalism. All of them. And we explain why and try to be funny about it. I also do a bunch of other stuff, including host on the transpositions with Bree. Links to all the various stuff I do, because there's a lot, is on betterthanember.com. And stuff final thoughts. We're not saying Eric is necessarily a jerk. I mean, he can be a jerk in debates. That's sort of the gig. We're saying that he's got a perspective that he could question, that he could investigate, and he could do better. And we would like to see that. We're not here to cancel people or organizations. We're here to ask them to do better.
Agreed. Thank you.
Love that. And subscribe to Ember.
Yes.
Yes, please do.
AJ,
I'm AJ from Ways to Human. That's my channel. I do a lot of other shows on other channels as well. But on mine, I do boiny stuff. My last video was about where do we get a morality, which is the insular cortex. Well, one of the parts where we get a morality, right? And yeah, so I try to debunk bad ideas and bad religious beliefs from the point of science, the point of view of science. Last thoughts for this show, pretty much very similar to what Ember said. We're not here to cancel anybody. We're not here to tell anybody that they're a horrible person. We've all held bad ideas in the past, and as long as you are open to hearing other people tell you that those ideas may not be the best ones, then you still have the opportunity to change that and do better. Thank you, Ember.
Subscribe.
Yes, subscribe.
Getting I can make people big.
Great.
Bree, you're up next.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hello, I'm Bree. I'm from the channel Hive Sci. It's my main channel. I do a show every Saturday morning. Tomorrow morning, live from the Hive, we are doing, let's see, we have the Kusashi Ono, which is a Japanese ghost, and then we're talking about cursed masks, which we've been kind of on a kick about that, and then we'll be talking about the man-eating lions of Savo as well. So we got a pretty good lineup for Live from the Hive tomorrow. If you're into that sort of thing, it's in the morning every Thursday night. Yeah, I'm over there with Ember on the transpositions, bringing you the news that impacts trans communities around the world. And I've started a new show semi-regularly on the channel, though I don't have that pinned down just yet for the next episode. But it's Charlatan's Web, where we find some grifter, charlatan, hoaxer person and shed light on their nonsense. I do want to celebrate a victory because I shed light on Todd Standing, the Bigfoot hoaxer, in the previous weeks, and they tried to steal my monetization, but fair use, mofo. So yeah, victory for actual cryptozoology there. All right, that's all I got. See y'all tomorrow morning on that.
Incredible. Yay, Bree.
All right. The apostate twins are up.
Twins. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So yeah, just to clarify, we're not twins. We do get asked that a lot, but we are actually sisters. I'm the little sister. Got my big sis Patti here. And our channel is the Apostate Sisters. We started this channel together in hopes of healing our religious trauma and just hoping that people would come along for the ride. We have a lot of fun over our channel. We got anatomical props. So we try to bring humor in a space that really needs humor, but we also talk about a lot of really serious topics, women's issues, bodily autonomy, purity culture, and finding ways, again, of how we can be controlled, coerced, manipulated in our society today. We're trying to be cycle breakers, especially we don't want to see children indoctrinated and then we have to go through this bullshit all over again. So we are trying to heal that religious trauma. And then you can obviously find us here on YouTube, but then we also have some social media presence like on Facebook, Instagram, and I think, Patti, we still have TikTok. One of those. And we have a number of different series too. We do have an interview series where we interview, like survivors of our particular cult, the Worldwide Church of God. Some of them are still Christians. I mean, that's just, they're going in that direction as part of their journey. That's fine. We do talk about the cult control as well as people in the atheist space, just whatever people want to talk about. And we're here to help build community. And final thoughts, I just want to say thank you. It is an honor to be here on stage with all of these incredible women and all the incredible people in the comments and viewing and everyone who supports this community and helping people become their truest, authentic self. Let's keep striving. Let's keep listening to each other, being there for each other, and just continue to do better. Peace out. Mwah.
I love that. Yes. Well, I echo those sentiments. That's pretty much what I'm trying to base my channel on from my own perspective, since that's really all I have is my own experiences, and why I've changed my mind that it is possible to grow. Considering I could have been canceled, I might have been canceled so many years ago, but there are people out there who want to educate you, will hold your hand. There's amazing channels out there, and I'm just thankful that I can try to put my content out there and fight with the big dogs. But what I do is like investigative stuff. Like, I'm just an enthusiast. I'm not trained or anything like that. I just find fun in reading the scriptures and breaking them down, looking at the original language and trying to contextualize it from a new point of view and think outside of the box, which is something I was never allowed to do. So yeah, come watch me be crazy.
Hell yeah. And also, Jester, former Lord of Shenaniganery, wants to throw someone $5 to offer his final thoughts, which are, I love how people will say you spend all this time attacking men, but all throughout you couldn't help but find ways to praise better men.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a feminist. Ladies, feminist, any feminist in here with me?
Yep.
And again, I think we need to be better better at showcasing what true feminism is. We went
Agreed.
allies. We are not man eaters. I mean, we can be, but we're more bigot eaters.
Yeah, bigot eaters. Exactly. Yeah.
They taste
No,
delicious.
making me hungry.
But actually, that was from Jester to me. Thank you. I also do want to thank DeFreak, who has lukewarm reception depending on who he's interacting with. But DeFreak has been a staunch supporter of mine. I do appreciate that. And for $2, he says, for allowing me to be the bad guy for life. And you know, it's what you do best. So again, in this spirit of allowing everybody to be your true authentic self, if you can't do that on my channel, I'm doing something wrong. I mean, unless your true authentic self is just like toxic and bigoted, in which case I might ask you for $1 per minute to time out Blessed Be He. But
I love it, Maya.
That being said, I am Maya Adkisson. You can find me at Maya Adkisson. I am the patron saint of woke bitches. You can find a bunch of woke bitches. The woke atheist mob, I believe, is what I was called. or me and my chat. It's a group effort, really. Every Sunday from 9:30 to 11:30 Eastern, we have ish, yeah, big on the ish there. Sometimes it's 11:30, sometimes it's 12 or 12:30, but we have fun over here. I best chat on the internet, hands down. And if you hate science misinformation as much as I do, come through me. And I have a bunch of weasels in a trench coat with a PhD in physics. So I like to debunk science misinformation on the internet and comedically. It's a lot of jokes, but you also learn a lot.
Yes.
It is
and
tons
Patti.
of fun. And
Can we put Patti up and have her say
Yeah.
a few words?
Yes,
She
yes,
gets left out because she's part of a team.
And I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Patti. I'm the big sister. I'm actually not feeling good, so it's kind of okay. Thanks for covering it, Nancy.
Okay, Pat,
But we
great.
do have our cult literature review of True Womanhood coming out that we got a little bit mad about reading because it was kind of the worst version of all the things we talked about today. And that's a group that for whom there is potentially no redemption, where I think, you know, the community here has the potential for holding each other accountable and learning from each other and doing better. So I feel hopeful about this conversation today. And thank you, ladies. It was so nice to share the stage with you.
Yes.
And
loved
also
it.
don't forget, everybody watching, we're planning at least 2 more of these on Monday and Tuesday. The cast may vary as people's availability shifts around, but stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed to all the channels, because since availability may shift, you never know which channels will be on at any given moment. We're still working on the details,
Pop
folks. It's
in,
a
baby,
brand
pop
new thing. We're
in.
hammering out all the issues. But thank you all so much for joining us. It is, as always, a privilege to hang out with all you fabulous, brilliant ladies, and you know, the audience as well. You know, you folks in the live chat, we love having you here. You are why we do lives instead of pre-recording things, and your insights are invaluable. We can't highlight and talk about every single comment, but we appreciate them, except for, you know, certain people who are doing certain things, but that's why there are mods.
There is just a single troll that just came right now, but
I
that's
saw
what
it.
everybody is.
There's a
troll.
With white devils. I'm a white devil. I should do the Ace Ventura devil horns with my...
It's true. It's true.
If they only knew the truth.
Yes.
We're too woke.
We are a force to be reckoned with, after all. I think.
Well,
People are afraid of
you know what? And somebody just pointed out that, let me see, Granny, actually, this is for her show tomorrow. Normally she goes live around noon on Friday, so I don't see one for today.
She said that she was live in an hour
Or,
and a half. Not live.
Yeah, now
It's
it's saying it. Yeah.
Yes.
So if she, and now it's saying 29 hours. So I don't know, maybe something fell through. I'm going to put, so Thinker is live. I don't think I can do a redirect to her, but I will put that in the chat for you guys. Hope to see you at Granny's tomorrow because we love her. And I think most of us are mods over her channel. So we'll be there anyway.
Yeah, good
And
evening.
bye.
Yeah, my thing is still showing 7 minutes, but yes, whenever it is, we'll see you all around the various internets and back here on Monday. As of right now, it's the same time, but keep your notification bells rung because things change, especially when we're
Kelly's
building this in
premiering
flight.
today.
Oh.
Kelly's premiering today and live
Oh,
tomorrow.
I did the wrong. Okay,
then.
I just need. Okay. I just got that. I did a live.
button.
Okay.
I'm already there.
Yeah.
All right. So
Alrighty.
here, okay. I just went to the wrong thing. I went to
Will
her
it let you
live.
redirect to premieres? I don't know if it will or not.
She
Yeah,
doesn't
it'll
have,
let you redirect anything
doesn't
that's
have direct
scheduled as
on.
upcoming.
She doesn't have redirects
okay.
though. I mean, she doesn't have them turned on. All right, so I apologize for that. That was my bad. She does have a live tomorrow. I'll be in that too. I reposted the one from the videos tab, which is fossils and flood fantasies form fallacious fabrications. I will be over there in 5 minutes or 6 minutes.
Yeah, I
you
love
guys will
the
too.
iteration. Alrighty, yes. Thank you all for coming. We'll see many of you at Granny's, hopefully. The links have been dropped in various places, and hopefully you all can get there. And as always, just thank you for being wonderful humans.
Indeed.
Much love. Bye.